Thank you, Mika. Thank you, Mika, for those generous words. And I'm honored tonight. First, I'd like to thank the Atlantic Council for inviting me to join you. I have the distinct privilege of introducing one such man tonight, the recipient of this year's Distinguished Humanitarian Leadership Award, Bono. And since he is a distinguished son of Ireland, I have found over the years that the only ethnic jokes that can be told in politics are Irish jokes. So there's a bar in Boston, one guy down at either end. Finally, one guy gets up, sits down next to the guy, and he says, "Where are you from?" He says, "I'm from Ireland." He says, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "Well, let me buy you a drink." He says, "No, let me buy you a drink." Buying each other drinks back and forth. He says, "Where are you from in Ireland?" He says, "I'm from County Cork." He says, "Really? So am I." What a coincidence. And they're buying each other drinks back and forth. Finally he said, "Where'd you go to high school?" He said, "I went to St. Mary's." He says, "You couldn't have." He says, "I went to St. Mary's." Well, buying each other drinks back and forth. Guy walks into the bar, sees all the commotion down at the end of the bar and says, "What's going on down there?" The bartender said, "It's just the O'Reilly twins getting drunk again." I have more. You know, I've long believed, one more. I ask your sympathy for the families of the state of Arizona, because Barry Goldwater from Arizona ran for President of the United States, and Morris Udall from Arizona ran for President of the United States, and Bruce Babbitt from Arizona ran for President of the United States, and I from Arizona ran for President of the United States. Arizona may be the only state in America where mothers don't tell their children that someday they can grow up and be President of the United States. I've long believed that the truest measure of a person's character is found in their devotion to a just cause that is greater than their own interests. Few people in the world today exemplify this attribute more than Bono. He is a living legend of modern music, and you know, that alone would be enough for most people. But for Bono, fame and notoriety are put into the service of what for him has been a cause of a lifetime: the global campaign to support the weakest among us in securing for themselves the most basic demands of human dignity, food and water, a clean environment, basic health, opportunity, the protection of human rights, peace. Bono's humanitarian leadership is as hard-headed as it is big-hearted. He doesn't begrudge governments and businesses their power. He seeks to change their thinking and influence their actions. There is a deep knowledge behind his passion. Bono actually reads those IMF reports. And this only furthers his nonpartisan approach to his work. Bono has worked equally well with liberal UN civil servants and with conservative American politicians like Jesse Helms and George W. Bush. That's more than I could have said for myself on occasion. Central to Bono's activism is the One campaign, which he co-founded. My wife Cindy has traveled with One as part of its advocacy work, and I still remember how many young people in One t-shirts showed up to our events during the presidential campaign. I only wish there'd been more of them. Now I'm sure Bono will say that none of this is about him, that the real heroes are on the front lines of global development, those dreamers and optimists who endure long separation from friends and family, in remote corners of the world, often living in conditions that are difficult to bear, all because they believe passionately that suffering and injustice are not permanent tragedies of human existence, but conditions that people of conscience can help to alleviate. I imagine Bono believes this, but the fact is, few people have done more than Bono to elevate the global cause of human development, to demand more of both governments and businesses alike, and to multiply those doing good in our world. In short, Bono and his allies have achieved nothing less than the transformation of global human development in the minds of leaders and citizens around the world, from a mostly humanitarian pursuit to a strategic priority that is inextricably linked to international community. This is a mighty achievement indeed. Bono's work is about justice. It's about empowerment. It's about the inherent dignity of all human beings and the moral responsibilities we have to them as such. We honor that, and I am pleased to present Bono with the Atlantic Council's Distinguished Humanitarian Leadership Award. Before I present this award, please turn your attention to our short video about Bono's life and his work.